Hey friends, my name's Jacob, and it is time to lodge our final predictions for the 2024 Golden Globe Awards, just in the film categories. I would have liked to have had another full Oscar predictions video out by now, but I've just been busy. But let's keep this one pretty short and sweet. I don't have any super crazy hot takes because, again, the Globes this year are such a different makeup than what we're used to, so it really is just a lot of guesswork for these ones. But the nominations were really cool, so I'm hoping they go pretty cool with the winners too. With each category, I'll tell you what I think will win, what I think a spoiler could be, and then what I would give the award to. For Best Film Drama, I think Oppenheimer's pretty much a no-brainer here. I doubt you'll find anybody who's not predicting Oppenheimer, and I really don't feel like I have to say much else there. The runner-up in that category would probably be Killers of the Flower Moon. It's done very well on the critics circuit. Could definitely see these New Age Globes really being into it, but I'll be very surprised if Oppenheimer loses this one. If I were giving the award, I would give it to Killers of the Flower Moon out of this lot. But it is close. I really, really like Oppenheimer too, and those would definitely be my top two favorites in the category. For Best Actress in a Drama, I think this is going to be Lily Gladstone in a landslide. It's looking like it's her and Emma Stone duking it out for the Oscar win, and I think we'll be seeing both of them take home the major female acting awards at the Globes here. For the runner-up, I've gone with Sandra Hüller as my number two. I don't think she's that close in terms of winning the Oscar or the other precursors, but these Globes showed a real penchant for foreign films. So if anyone really is going to go out for Anatomy of a Fall, it's them. So if they decide they want to go a direction other than Lily Gladstone, Sandra Hüller could be the one they go to, or it could be Carey Mulligan for Maestro. Who would I give the award to in this category? Sandra Hüller, definitely. Her and Mulligan are my highlights in this category. Gladstone's an incredible actor and would be a deserving winner too, but Hüller, I think, is one of the greatest performances of the entire year. Best Actor in a Drama. Now, this is one of the more difficult toss-ups for me. I know most people seem to be leaning Cooper, but I wonder if that is just them thinking like old ways Globes, picking the biggest star. I do still have Cooper predicted for the Oscar, but I'm actually going for Cillian Murphy here at the Globes. I think they are probably going to split stuff the whole way through, but the way the Globes are, I don't think they're going to be as wowed and fooled by Cooper's aesthetic showiness as the Globes of old would have been. It's really close. It's really a coin flip, but I'm going to go with Cillian Murphy to draw first blood in the race here. Cooper obviously being the runner-up. And out of that category, I would also give the award to Cillian Murphy. I think he is probably my favorite lead actor of the year, despite like maybe not being as huge on Oppenheimer as some people. I think he's really phenomenal in it. Best Film, Comedy or Musical. Who knows where these Globes are going to go, but they showed no aversion to Barbie in their nomination process, so I'm going to pick Barbie as the winner here. It's definitely between that and Poor Things, and I have Poor Things runner-up in so many categories here, but I do think Barbie is still the moment, the movie of the moment, and I think it's going to do very well here, including that Best Picture award. For Best Actress, Comedy or Musical, I think this is where Poor Things is going to draw blood. I'll be pretty shocked if Emma Stone doesn't win this, and we're really going to solidify that lead actress two-horse race between her and Lily Gladstone for the Oscar. If I give it to anyone in the runner-up here, it's probably Margot Robbie for Barbie, if they really just want to shower all of their roses onto Barbie, and I would be surprised if anyone outside of those two won. I would absolutely give it to Emma Stone out of this category. She is my favorite performance of the year by anyone in any category. Best Actor, Comedy or Musical. This is really a two-horse race between Paul Giamatti and Jeffrey Wright, but I'm leaning toward this being Giamatti. To the point where I don't even think him winning the Oscar is an impossibility. And it's great that he's one of the only like original characters out of that major Best Actor lineup. Jeffrey Wright, also a great original from a book character in American fiction. I think he's your runner-up. He's the one who could spoil, but I really think this is just going to be Giamatti. Who would I vote for? Actually, probably the one who's least likely to win, Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid. He's probably my number two favorite lead actor this year behind Cillian Murphy. He is just phenomenal in that movie, and he's the glue that holds it together. I'm just happy he was nominated. Best Supporting Actress. I think this is going to be Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. This is where it's really going to get its win at most major bodies. I have not diverted from predicting her anywhere this year, and I think she's going to win this pretty easily. Despite the fact that the Globes didn't fully go for The Holdovers, I think it should still get those acting awards. And then Danielle Brooks is probably your spoiler for The Color Purple, unless they want to go with someone a bit different. But I still think if Danielle Brooks doesn't win here, I think we can really start counting out and her out for winning the Oscar and just think that we are rolling with a Divine Joy Randolph sweep here. A sweep that would be deserved because she would absolutely get my vote too in that category. Best Supporting Actor. This is another Barbenheimer-related toss-up. And it's another one where I'm sort of going against what I think the Oscars will ultimately do. It's between Downey and Ryan Gosling. I'm still Team Downey for who I think is going to win the Oscar, but I'm actually going to pick the Globes to go for Ryan Gosling here again because I don't think they're as fooled by the big showy names this year. That's not to say Ryan Gosling isn't a big name, but Downey is the more typical traditional Oscar performance. There's a narrative, let's give this actor his comeback, whereas Gosling has sort of been a bit more critically revered. They've both been winning a lot of critics awards, but I don't think Gosling's going to go home empty-handed this award season, even though I do ultimately think Downey Jr. is going to win the Oscar, and I think this is where Gosling could pick up some gold. So I'm going with him here to win, but it's like a 51-49 split. It's very close. Robert Downey Jr. obviously being the potential spoiler there. And who would I vote for? I would vote for Ryan Gosling 100%. He's my favorite of the year in that category, whereas Downey, I think he's great, but I personally probably wouldn't even nominate him, but he is really good. So I'm going wishful. I'm going Gosling. Best Director, we don't have to spend time on this. It's Nolan. Nolan's going to win. He's going to win Director everywhere. It's going to be like a Jane Campion Power of the Dog level sweep. Chloe Zhao Nomadland level sweep. He is just going to shit this in, I think. I'll be shocked if he doesn't win Director anywhere. Your runner-up is probably Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. I think he's taken home a couple of critic awards, and he's obviously just one of the most beloved and revered filmmakers of all time for good reason. Who would I vote for in the category? Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things is who I would absolutely give it to. Yeah, I love that guy. The same thing as when The Favourite was up. I was voting for that for every single goddamn award, and Poor Things is no different here. It's a great crop up the top there, but Poor Things is my favorite out of that Best Picture group. Best Screenplay, I think this is going to be Barbie. We just got that interesting news where Barbie is moving to adapted screenplay for the Oscars, which makes me a little sad because it means that's just one more Oscar that Poor Things is going to lose. But I do love Barbie. It's in my top 5 of the year without question, and a film I'm super excited to see win a screenplay award. And I've been really confident on it day one. Since I started doing predictions this award season, I've believed Barbie was going to win screenplay. So I think it's going to win here. I think it is the strongest screenplay contender of the year across both categories, and I'm going to give it to it. For the runner-up, I would say Poor Things is still a decent shot if they want to reward that somewhere. It's a bit darker and weirder, but it's so verbose. And Tony McNamara is such a fun writer. He should have won an Oscar for The Favourite. So that could win. I could also maybe throw a bone to Anatomy of a Fall winning if they decide they really love that movie. And who would I vote for? Poor Things, obviously. But Barbie's not far behind. It would be an excellent winner all the same. Best Animated Feature. Now, I still at the end of the day think Spider-Man's going to win everything. But it's more of a two-horse race than it was for the last Spider-Verse movie. And if anyone was going to go for The Boy and the Heron, it might be the Globes, especially considering they nominated Joe Hisaishi for score. But I'm still going to predict Spider-Man. I'm going to play it safe, go with the movie that's the juggernaut, that's done it before and is winning the majority of the critics awards. I absolutely wouldn't count out Boy and the Heron, and I would vote for Boy and the Heron as well. It's definitely my favorite animated film of the year. Best non-English film. This is actually maybe the toughest category for me to predict. I think there are 3 genuine contenders for this one, which is rare. Usually you've got maybe one Best Picture nominee in there. It's between The Zone of Interest, Past Lives, and Anatomy of a Fall. Anatomy of a Fall feels like the most populist pick there, and it got a Best Picture and a Screenplay nomination here, and it's sort of the film that we thought would win the Oscar if it was going to be nominated there. But then you've got Past Lives, which is nominated here not just for picture and screenplay, but director as well. And, the American foreign language films do okay here. Minari won here, but then they could also go for something totally out of the box, like a Argentina 1980, whatever year that was. Good movie. And Enemy of the Fall fits more that courtroom drama, crowd pleaser type slot. But then Zone of Interest, they also nominated for picture and score, so I'm not counting that out. The lack of director and screenplay means I'm leaning toward the other two, and I'm gonna go with Anatomy of a Fall by a hair. I really think this could be Past Lives, especially what bigger fans they were for the film. And I'm predicting Past Lives to get nothing, which does feel kind of weird at the end of the day. But I think it could be looking at like a screenplay award at the Oscars. But I'm going to go Anatomy of a Fall here by a hair. What would I vote for? I'd actually vote for Society of the Snow in this category. Anatomy of a Fall, very close second. They're both two of my favorite movies of the year, but Society of the Snow I got to see in a theater, and the hype is real. It is fucking brilliant. It is a really immersive and powerful film. Look forward. It should be dropping on Netflix right around the time this video comes out. Best score, Oppenheimer, lock, throw away the key. Everybody is picking up what Ludwig Göransson's putting down. The score has already become ubiquitous. It has a life of its own outside the film. You hear it in TikToks and TV commercials and everything. It is like everyone knows the Oppenheimer score. It's going to win. What could win runner-up? I don't know, probably Poor Things. That's just my default runner-up for a lot of categories. And I would also give this award to Poor Things. I think it has the best score of the year by far. Very close shout out to Boy and the Heron as well. All right, Best Original Song. This is another toss-up between the two Barbie songs. Again, I kind of have What Was I Made For predicted for the Oscars, but I'm going to pick the Globes to do the fun one here, and I'm predicting I'm Just Ken. Maybe just because I'm predicting Gosling to win Supporting Actor, and maybe we'll bit of synergy, Kennedy synergy of those two going together there. It could easily be What Was I Made For too, but I will be predicting I'm Just Ken for this one for now. If What Was I Made For wins, I'll probably be really heavily predicting that for subsequent precursors. And then what would I vote for? They're both my two favorite movie songs of the year, but I would vote for I'm Just Ken. But just because I love a fun musical number in a movie that's not necessarily a musical, and it's the best scene in one of the best films of the year. And finally, cinematic and box office achievement. Now, this is kind of just a piss take, this category. I think it's between Barbie and Oppenheimer. I think that's why this category was invented, unless they want to go for like the Taylor Swift Eras tour or something, which would probably be what I would place third here, and I wouldn't rule it out from happening. I think Barbie wins this. It overperformed. We all expected Barbie to do well. It was on all of our radars, but no one expected it to make 1.3 or 4 billion at the box office. It absolutely became a cultural touchstone, and it's a movie that's going to be talked about and remembered for years to come. So I think Barbie is what would win here. And if you had to pick a runner-up, it's probably Oppenheimer. It didn't make quite as much as Barbie, but arguably more impressive considering it's a 3-hour-long R-rated biopic, and the fact that Nolan was able to get people out to the theaters for that, and just what it achieves on a filmmaking level is really impressive too. So they'll both be deserving winners. What would I vote for? I'd vote for Barbie. Yeah, enough said. So that's it for this one. I haven't really deviated much from the general consensus for this one, but again, it's mostly guesswork with these sorts of Globes, and I've kind of erred on them picking the slightly more fun and cool option in a number of categories, whereas I think the Oscars may end up going a bit more old school and stodgy with the winners in terms of like Bradley Cooper winning and Robert Downey Jr. and stuff. But I'm really excited to see how these go. I will be watching them with a couple of friends, so we'll be filming a reaction video to see how those Globes go, and maybe the Globes are cool now. Who knows? What they mean as an Oscar prognosticator, I don't know, but considering like they were so much different to they've ever been in the past. But I'm hoping for a fun show regardless. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel for more Oscar related videos and movie reviews, and my top 10 films of the year list will be coming probably next month. I'm not making that shit until The Zone of Interest comes out in Australia. I'll tell you that much. So stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram at Jacob Watches Films. That's where I share everything I'm doing. And follow my podcast, The Film Draft. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, and more. It's a really fun time. I think you'll enjoy listening to it. Have a great day.